Well guys, this is the moment, I don't know, I think you've been waiting for, but I've been waiting for pretty much my entire life since I knew what Bugattis were. Houston's gonna take us out to get this day started in this Mansory edition Bugatti Veyron. Oh my God. Like, dude, it hits hard.
So awesome.
Oh my God. Oh my gosh. This thing, the pickup, the acceleration is like getting the butterfly feelings when he takes off like that. Well guys, welcome back to Daily Driven Exotics. You already know my name. His name is Houston. Houston is the owner of Royalty Exotics, a gentleman that's been so kind and trusting to allow us to take these beautiful vehicles out. And he's recently made a new addition to the garage at Royalty. This bad boy right here behind us. What made you buy a Bugatti? You own everything practically.
That's the whole point. You have to go up and up and up. So this is the car that was next. I don't even know what's after this. Probably a plane.
A plane.
Yeah, probably a plane. It's coming soon.
Royalty Jets?
Yeah, there you go.
That would be sick. So this is a very special and unique Bugatti Veyron. Tell us a little bit about it.
So actually when I was shopping for a Bugatti, I had no idea which car I was going to buy. And I looked everywhere, all over the country, scoured it left and right. And I stumbled across this car. This is a one-off car made by Mansory. So Mansory's a tuner in Germany. They do a really good job of making some crazy-ass carbon fiber.
I've never seen anything like this.
So what I was told about this carbon fiber pattern was that Mansory owns their own weaving factory. So when they made this for this car, this is the only time they were going to make this pattern. I don't know if that's true, but I've never seen it before myself.
That would make sense why I've never seen it before.
Yeah.
Dave's riding in the back or behind us in the slingshot. That thing takes off like...
I'm watching you guys, I was behind, I could taste it. Oh, it's beautiful. Being behind that car is like, it's very special.
You're in a slingshot with a big wing.
Yeah, it's got an aftermarket exhaust. It's got sparkles.
This is his wing.
Are you jealous? Get back in your Bugatti. Stay humble.
So we're gonna gas this thing up and go for a little cruise and talk about A, little more about this car, B, about your business, and the antics of running this business in a place like Sin City. Try to keep up, guys. Good luck. So Houston, Sin City.
This is it.
Is this where you grew up? Where are you from?
Yeah, so I was actually born here in Vegas. I left, I did some cool things. Before I started this business, I was a cable guy, like straight up installed your TV. And I started getting into like some real cool like fiber running and everything, but I just knew that it wasn't really for me. And so I was always a car guy. I had a really awesome GTR, some big power to it. And I met this guy on Las Vegas Boulevard. We're actually gonna drive right by where I started this business. And I asked him if I could rent my car, you know, if I could make some money and just see if I could start that way. He kind of said no at first. He didn't really like me, but you know, a couple days later he warmed up to it and he let me kind of share his little space on the strip. I started standing next to my car and talking to people walking by the street and asking them if they wanted to drive in a GTR. And a couple people said yes, and it started the ball rolling, and I added a couple more cars. But the one crazy thing that happened was this guy came and he wanted to start renting scooters right next to my GTR. And I was like, no way. There's like, you're crazy. So I told the leasing guy, I was like, I'll do it. I'll go get the scooters. So that afternoon I went and bought 6 scooters. Little mopeds. I'm talking like 50cc mopeds.
Right.
Right? And I put an astronomical price on them. $10 an hour. Like, you don't understand. You can get a scooter in Vegas for $20 for a day. This is $10 an hour, right? Think about that.
Crazy.
6 scooters started to go out every single day. Almost every hour of the day, because I never asked anybody anything. here's $10. Take the scooter for an hour. I don't care. I just needed them out of my space to rent my GTR. Right?
Yeah.
And it turned out to be a profitable business. Those 6 scooters turned into 40 in like a month. 40 scooters, and every day they were just killing it. I mean, I was a scooter king, straight up. My GTR turned into a Gallardo, then a Ferrari California, and then before you know it, I had a fleet. I had an old Maserati and an old R8, and I started from there. This is actually where it was right here. If you can look just a little bit over there, there's that Fat Burger. It's all new now, but it used to be a parking lot. So one day I just picked up and I went and leased a space across the freeway where you guys have been seeing all our stuff.
You didn't just start with Ferraris and Lamborghinis?
Of course not, no.
Which can be deceiving, right?
Yeah, because this is like the center of the strip. I mean, the people just walking back and forth, and you're sitting there like hustling them, like, hey, here's a scooter, $10, or here's a GTR, $200, and you're like trying to get people just walking by to rent your cars. And it was hard. It was hard work. I showed up at like 7 a.m. every day, and I left at like 11 p.m. every night. When I opened up Royalty across the street on Dean Martin, I took a different approach. Got a website, more of a pre-booking type business, not the street peddling stuff. We started to get bigger groups and 4 or 5 guys at a time, and the demand for more cars kept coming and coming and coming. And to be honest, people treated the cars with a lot more respect.
Picking this car, when you went to buy a car, like this one, like you knew you were gonna go get a Bugatti, were there any specific things you were looking for? I know you stumbled across this one, but what were your what were your thoughts on the whole process of buying this?
I was like, look, I'm gonna buy the shittiest one, and I'm just gonna whore it out, right? That was my plan.
Okay.
Yeah, I want everybody to drive a Bugatti in the whole world, $5,000 a day. And then I slowly started to realize, first after driving one, how A, sensitive it is, B, how hard it is to use, right? Yeah. And then C, like, obviously how expensive it is to fix. So
that's the key.
That was the factor right there. So then I started to look for one that's good investment, right? A great car that people could come and see and look at, and I could drive to events and people to really appreciate it. And for those really big whales in town that come in that can afford $20,000, $30,000 a day, for those guys to use.
Let's go over a couple of numbers from the ground up. Wheels and tires.
Everything's timed. So now they do timed maintenance, whether you drive the car or not. It's a yearly thing. Every year you have to do X.
Really?
Tires, obviously, they're about $40,000. Between $38,000 and $42,000, depending on what dealer you go to. Once the 4th set of tires is on the car, which they're Michelin Pilot Super Sports, but they're like a little softer, so they go by, like that, man.
Yeah.
Unbelievably fast. A couple thousand miles and they're toast in the back. And you don't really replace just the rears.
Right.
You gotta do all 4 because it's all-wheel drive.
Yeah.
So, 4th time, you need new rims. And the rims that are on my car are Mansory wheels.
Right.
So Bugatti obviously doesn't touch those wheels.
Oh no.
Mine have to be sent to Germany, where they go to Mansory.
Yeah.
Just to swap the tires, it is an $8,000 labor charge. Just to take the old tire off and put the new tire on. And the rims, after the 4th time, are a little over $150,000. That's a real number. The oil change is $21,000. Now, that sounds astronomical. You put Mobil 1 1060 in and you take Mobil 1 1060 out, right?
Yeah.
They take the freaking entire engine apart, the heads and everything, and inspect it. And then put it all back together.
For the oil change?
For the oil change.
Wow.
And that's why it costs $20,000 a day to drive this car.
All right, let's talk about those crazy stories that you have from owning an exotic rental car business in Sin City. People literally think they can come here and do whatever they want.
People show up to drop their cars off, and they're already drunk. 2 weeks ago, we had a guy rent a slingshot for 4 hours. And so it was from 2 to 6.
Yeah.
At 5:30, my phone dings. Out of state. I'm like, oh, what's going on here? So I look, and the guy's literally in California, and I was like, oh, awesome. So we call him, no answer. About 3 hours later, he's literally deep in LA, just cruising in LA in a slingshot. So we had to drive out there and go pick it back up. He basically stole it. Accidents happen, mostly minor.
Yeah.
We had a Porsche GT3 hit a pole because that car is hard to control.
Yeah.
The McLaren 650S, that one actually burned to the ground. The car was just driving. He was going mean, you know, relatively fast. And then we get a call from Highway Patrol saying, hey, we think this is your car. Can you verify? And they sent the VIN. And yeah, sure it was. And it's literally a pancake. There was nothing left of the car.
We drove that car.
So yeah, the car you guys drove 4 days ago was crumpled. I mean, it's like in two pieces now. It wasn't their fault. They'll be okay. No one really got injured. This is the first time I'm gonna sit in this seat. I hope we don't. That's all I'm gonna say.
This gentleman's gonna let me drive his Bugatti. Unbelievable. You guys, words, sir. The trust. This is what it looks like to be the driver of a Bugatti Veyron. Step one, Houston, what do I do?
Right, just like any other Volkswagen, put it in drive.
Is drive just all the way down?
Let's see, right here and to the right.
Oh, it's to the right.
You'll see right there. It says D.
Yeah.
And then we'll go. They have. Does it say 1?
It says S.
1 more. Right.
D.
Paddle.
1.
There you go.
So we're just gonna cruise. This isn't a racetrack. It's just about the experience of driving a multi-million-dollar hypercar. So this is a W12 engine.
W16.
W16. See, I don't know about Bugattis because I've never driven one. I don't own one. And it has 4 turbos. Yes, sir.
That's true.
So
Push it.
push it.
Yeah, right there. You straight away.
Holy son of. Holy. What the? Dude. How does it? So it's all-wheel drive, right?
Of course, yeah.
You would need that. There's no way. Like Bugatti's like, we're never making a rear-wheel drive car.
It's impossible.
It would kill you.
Yeah, and there's no way the wheels even stay on the thing.
Jesus.
That's why Wyras I think have like 700-800 horsepower because I really feel like that's the max
for a rear-wheel drive car.
I mean, Koenigsegg does more, but man, I don't, dude. It's just what you just felt is crazy.
So the interior of this car is special. I mean, it's got all this lighting and trim all along the door. It circles all the way across the dash and back down. You can see over where Houston's sitting on the passenger side. Gauge cluster, fairly analog, little digital in the middle. It's just, wow. I mean, the steering wheel feels special. It's different than any other steering wheel I've ever felt. I can't really explain how it's cut differently, but it is different. Dude, it seriously like spools up and then just
It's a jet.
It's a jet. You guys should all collectively, the whole DD crew should collectively get a GoFundMe just to go and rent this from Houston. That'd be crazy actually to throw like some sort of a contest for someone to come and go for a ride with you.
Yeah, so we're actually going to do that because I want regular people to feel this as much as possible. When I drove this car, I had no expectations, and then when you floor this car, you feel like you're euphoric because you cannot imagine going this fast.
Like I'm driving a Bugatti. I'm driving a Bugatti, you guys. Driving a Bugatti. Look at this, you guys. So this is how you unlock the potential of 250 miles per hour. I don't want to get out of the driver's side yet. I might just sit here the whole time Houston's pumping gas. This thing is nuts.
How was that?
Dude, if I win the lottery, I'm buying one of these.
You didn't do a donut though, you.
I what?
You didn't do a donut.
A donut? Honestly, it's like hard to take it all in. Because it's already overwhelming. I'm driving a $2 million car with one hand on the wheel. It has 1,200 horsepower. I have no idea what it's gonna do. And I'm trying to capture the experience for the channel for you guys. I'm like literally putting Houston, and Houston's literally putting his multi-million-dollar car on the line just for us to show you guys what the experience is like. All the bumper and this entire panel needs to come off in order to change the oil. But you know how you check the oil? You probably think we're on the wrong side for fuel.
That's it.
I've never seen anything like that, sir.
It's crazy, huh?
It is crazy.
The worst part about it is if it needs coolant, you gotta take the whole car apart. Because the coolant tank's right here, look at this. Because like, You can see the cap. It's right there. You can see it. You
It's
know?
like they were messing with it.
Yeah.
Okay, explain the wing thing. Something.
It basically adjusts for every driving style. So if you're cruising and then you punch it, the car's like, oh shit, I need to put the wing up. And actually, if we're driving with the windows down and you punch it, they automatically come up hella fast. Like, really? Yeah, it like prepares you for launch. It's nuts.
All right, let's do this. I'm excited.
He honestly has no idea. He got pulled over in the Bugatti. So what you say is it's my boss. Don't get out of the car. You don't want to alarm the police here.
Just my luck. Take Dave in the car, and I get pulled over. Doing anything I want with Damon, but right when Dave gets in the car, this happens. Best part is he asked me how fast I was going, and he was like, I got you at 105. I was like, well, I was kind of doing 200. That's it.
What happened with the cop?
Reckless driving. 200 in a 65. Driver was going 110 plus. He stated he was going 200 miles an hour, and he just wanted to be honest. Says it on my ticket.
Driver says he was doing 200 in a 60. Just wanted to be honest. That is so sick. A night at the Bugatti. It's almost like a night at the Roxbury. Almost. Just involves more cops.
You know? And we were driving in LA with two McLarens. They were about to kill each other.
Dude, literally,
Hold
I was
on.
telling him right now.
We gotta back up. We gotta back up. I just found out that they used to live in an apartment together. They've known each other for 10 years. He goes, you and Dave have known each other for 20 years. That's crazy. And I was like, yeah. He's like, Houston and I are 10 years. And I said, how long have you known? I'm like, when he had money or before money? He's like, oh no, we used to live in an apartment with like nothing.
Yep.
So tell that story quickly. So you guys used to laugh about what?
So we would always dream like, yo, like if we had a Lambo, we could just sit in traffic and just chill and be all cool because there was a Lambo, right? And then just about 3 weeks ago, we drove the 720 and the 650 down to LA for service because we did the oil change down there. And literally we're like sitting here banging our heads on the steering wheel like, I hate this so much. Because being in traffic in a Lambo or a McLaren is much worse than being in traffic in like any other car, like a Chevy Tahoe.
But you used to think, the dream was if we could only do that.
We literally call each other on the phone and say, hey, remember that time we were talking about driving a Lambo in traffic? Well, it's not that cool because we're driving McLarens right now and we're hating life. We're hating life.
And now here we are tonight, rolling around in a Bugatti. Like it just never ends. So congratulations on all the success. That's sick. Guys, we might as well wrap it up here. We're gonna go for dinner. I'm not food vlogging this. You ain't getting that. But thank you. amazing day, amazing experience. Again, this gentleman's super humble, super cool. If you guys want to come to Vegas and have the time of your life, come and rent one of their vehicles. And I mean, everything from a slingshot to supercars to the Jeep today that we took out, they have it all. And bikes, super bikes now.
Yeah, bikes.
So if you're into bikes, they had all those Ducatis. They have the BMW 1000 RR. I can't say enough about these guys. Check them out. Smash the subscribe button. Throw us the thumbs up. We're going for dinner. Peace.
Later.